I am live. Hi, folks. Thank you for popping on tonight. This is Chasing Sunshine with Veronica, and I am Veronica. I'm on my laptop tonight. I'm trying to improve each and every night, and so this is a whole new layout, and we'll see how it goes. So we're just going to jump right into this day 7 of 30 Days Live and recap what I did yesterday. So I am working on this giant mirror. I have laid some appliques on it made with paper clay, and I'm just going to review the molds that I use. So I primarily used the Thornton Medallion. This is an iron orchid. Pardon me. This is a redesign with Prima mold. And then I used 2 iron orchid design molds. I'm not certain of the name. I do not carry these 2, but they're very, very good. I really, really love it. And I bought them from Autumn from Island Heart Vintage. Boy, I had a mind block there just for a moment. And so I just wanted to recap with the molds that I used on this. And tonight, my overall objective is to lay some paint down. The molds are now dry, and I'm going to create kind of a textured look to make the mirror seem cohesive. The products that I'm going to use tonight are, I'm going to primarily do like a gray-white scheme. And so with that said, I'm going to go in with some DIY Skeleton Key. It's a muted gray. I'm also going to come in with some Old School, which is a little bit deeper, darker gray. And then I'm going to be using some Tarnished Pearl, which is kind of like a soft beige, creamy color. And when those are all laid on and dry, I'm going to come back over and do a dry brush with like a white or a lighter color. So that's the overall plan. And so how I'm going to make this textured is I'm going to go ahead and start with my darkest dark, because the overall intention is to go into the deep crevices with the darker, so that the camera's up here, Veronica, the camera's up here, so that when I come back with my lighter colors, basically I'm trying to highlight, hey, honey, how are you? And hi, Miss Autumn, for jumping on. Thank you. So I'm not sure. Can you guys see me? Give me a little thumbs up if you can. So I'm on my laptop, and I try to get all fancy, and I did this overlay, but now my face is down here below. So, hey, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can actually see my face and hear me okay? Okay. So I'm going to come in with some of this Old School, and I'm going to mix my handy dandy Dab and Dust. Now, oh, you cannot see me. Hey, Papa, no video, honey. Stream. Ooh, having issues. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pop off and come right back on. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. Add stream. Okay, I figured it out. All right. Are you guys there? Did I ever leave? Hey, honey, let me know if I'm still live. I have no idea what I'm even doing here. I believe I'm still live because it says in broadcast. Yep. All is good. So sweet. Okay. I am just working out the bugs. And that's one of the whole parts of this going live for 30 days, because one of the biggest things that all these YouTubers say, I've researched a lot regarding like how to go live, how to create content for YouTube, do's and don'ts, tips and tricks. And so one of the main things that folks said is don't wait, because you're going to be terrible at first, and you're just gonna have to figure it out. And so there's a learning curve to this, and that's where I'm at. So thanks for, you guys are gonna witness it raw. Okay, so I'm gonna start over since you guys didn't get to see all that goodness. So yesterday, with this big gorgeous mirror of Miss Miranda's, I took it and did a bunch of paper clay appliques. And I used these molds. This is Thornton Medallion, and it's from Redesign with Prima. I do sell this product. And then these are both from Iron Orchid Design. And Miss Autumn sells those over at Island Heart Vintage. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these supplies, I feel like I could just do everything with these three molds. They're wonderful. They're my style. I love, love, love them. And like I said, I'm going to create this like texturized clay paint with dab and dust that I made. It's basically table salt and baking soda. And this is the old school DIY clay-based paint that's going to go in the corners of my project over there. Skeleton Key is kind of more of a muted gray, and actually it's one of my favorite colors ever. And this one here is Tarnished Pearl. It's like a burlap, sandy, blonde color. So those are the colors that are going to be the base. And I'm going to show you guys how I mix them up. And like I said, I'm going to go in with the old school at first. And I do not like to waste paint. And so with that said, I'm just going to mix up a little bit at a time. And you can use your spoons that you eat off of. That's how much I trust this paint, because it's clay. I'm such a weirdo. I love to smell everything. Okay, so as far as the dab and dust, you want to just put as much in there as you want so that you get the consistency that you want. I mean, I hear people say like maybe a tablespoon to like every 4 tablespoons of paint or something like that. But again, it's just to your liking and what you want. Whatever kind of overall look you're going for, that's what you're going to do. It's all about what you like. That's why it's art. Whoa, that was a lot. Okay, so you just mix that, and it does thicken up a little bit after a little bit, and so keep that in mind when you add the dab and dust. This is just a homemade product that I made because I like to do that. But you can purchase a thing called, I just got some salt in my mouth. It's called Sea Spray, or what's another one? Autumn? There's Sea Spray and something else, but you can purchase this. Actually, they do make this, but you can also make it yourself, right? That's what I like to do. Okay, so I'm going to go with an itty bitty brush. This is just a cheap old artist brush from, it's like a really inexpensive one. And I'm going to just turn you guys down so that you've seen how I mix that. That's how I'm going to mix all of them. So I don't need to show you guys the process on all of them. Just the first one. But if you guys ever have questions at any time, let me know. Look at this. I'm using a mouse. I could just pop people right up there. Yes. No video, honey. It's working. Okay. So I'm going to turn you guys. A whole new setup tonight. Oh, look at that. This is a laptop. Just how easy is that? Okay. So this is the mirror, guys. Check it out. So this is the overall design that I came up with last night. And they are all glued down. I better just make sure. You know me. Okay. So that's it. So what I'm doing is I'm painting all of this, all the way around the mirror, as well as between here and here, all the way around. This side, this side, this side, right? And so then when I'm done, it's going to look like that whole area is the frame. And then this is the mirror, like a fancy old mirror, right? That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I actually told you guys not to mix too much, but I totally mixed too much. Because this dark color is just going to go in the corners-ish, right? Because when I come back over with the light color, then it's going to, I mix way too much. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you just get it down there, and I've never done this before on the mirror. I've never done the mirror before, but my friend has, and I wanted to recreate it. I hope you guys had a wonderful Sunday. I really don't feel like it was long enough of a weekend. Miss Olivia and I and her other half went yard selling this weekend. We got a few things and got to go see my honey for a quick second. He had to go get supplies in town. And so now what I'm doing, since this is a all natural clay-based paint, you can add water to it as much as you want. And so I added a bunch. So here we go. Hey, Miss Alana, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for popping on. I'm so happy to see you. Yes, I hope you had a good weekend. This storm around here was something else. I really, really enjoyed the weather. We did get some fires in the local area, so that's not good, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right, guys. Oh, Skeleton Keys, brand new. Now I like to use the little, what are these, 8 ounces of paint instead of the bigger ones, because I like to open a fresh bottle of paint, you know, every once in a while. And so that's why I like to use the little ones rather than the big ones. Personally, it's a personal thing. And then this is like my perfect brush here, an old chip brush that I've used and abused and love, love, love so much. Okay, since I learned my lesson with last time I mixed too much, I'm not going to do that again, right? You live and you learn. Okay, so I'm going to start up here. You just dab it on there. And so I'm going to try and be as careful as I can and not get any on this side of the mirror. But if I do, it's okay. All I'm going to do is take my handy dandy little baby wipe and wipe her away. And I could do it now, or I could do it in a little bit. Like I'll probably wait till after we're off the live to do that, because I just kind of want to show you guys the process of what I'm working on here and how it's going to look. Okay, and so, you know, mix a little more. So I'm really excited about all the folks that are going to be coming on live with me and all the folks that have come on live with me. Miss Autumn was one of them, and she's going to come back on Tuesday. And I was just thinking, Miss Autumn, maybe you can answer this question. So with all these lovely ladies that we're having on, what is a question that you would have for, let's say, Ellen J. Good? Like, if you have, I'm sure you know her, and I think you stayed with her, right, at boot camp. But like, if you had a question that you wanted to ask her, what would it be? Because she is going to be one of our guests, and so I want to have like a lineup of questions to ask these folks, just to keep it interesting. Because right now, all I'm really doing is showing you, talking about what I'm actually doing, but it would be nice to have a little more content as far as just like get to know you type of stuff. And because when I watch these YouTube videos, I like the folks that don't really say a lot and you're just watching them work. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like to talk. Obviously, you guys can tell that. And so, but I don't really know what to talk about. So give me some ideas, girls and boys. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not trying to get it on super thick because this does take a little minute to dry. And so I'm just doing a thin layer all the way around. Let it dry completely, because if you don't, you will just pull the paint back up. Right? That makes sense to me. And so I'm going to go all over with the skeleton key first, and then I'm going to come back with, I'm going to put some more dark in the corners and stuff and around the appliques to create more interest and depth, basically. And then I'll come back with the lighter color on top. So that's how we're doing it. Oh, hey, Dad. So I don't have it quite 100% dialed down, but we're going to try to come down on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday night and Friday. And so it would be spend the night Thursday. I have asked for the time off, and I don't know if it's approved yet, but that's kind of the plan. So if that doesn't work, then it'll be the weekend. But we're hoping for that. If you guys are available too. Look at this cool little setup here. I'm kind of digging this I could just roll all the way around the table on my handy dandy stool I've got for $10 at a yard sale a couple weekends ago. Can you guys give me like some feedback as far as the sound? So since I came all the way around the table, how is the sound? Do you guys hear me differently, or is it pretty consistent? That's the question. Who's brave enough to answer? Oh, don't forget, if you guys if you guys comment and thumbs up and all this good stuff, it's actually really good for me and Jeremy, because the analytics dig that, and we kind of essentially get points in a way, as far as like if your videos are doing well, then they'll like put them out there, but if they're not, then they don't really care about you. so the more interaction I get with you guys, the better for us, and we really appreciate it. So keep in mind that I'm like way over here now, and I'm 46, so I don't have the best of eyes, but I'll catch you when I get back up there. Don't you worry about that. Just trying to get this all over. What else did we do? So little Miss Miranda, my baby girl, she is starting her brand new job tomorrow. So keep her in your prayers, everyone. She's going to be away from baby for 8-9. Actually, she gets an hour lunch, so she's going to be able to go hang out with Hadley Joe at lunch, but it's going to be the first full day away from her baby ever. So keep that in mind, and just send her your good thoughts and your prayers, and everything will be okay. But it's nice to, pray about it. It's always nice to pray about it. And yeah, there we go. And again, I'm not trying to get full coverage, because I'm going to be coming back in layers, and I'm definitely trying to do thin layers here. I just really wanted to see how it's going to look. Can you guys kind of see, is it coming together as far as like the shape of the mirror? Instead of it being like a square mirror, it's going to be shaped with these big hips. I made this mirror have big hips. Do you see? It wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened. Let's see. Alana, that's cool and pretty. Thank you, sister. Maybe you could come over sometime and hang out with me, and we could do crafts or something. That would be super fun if you like to do that kind of stuff. We just live right down the road from each other. Yes. Oh, Liddy Pooh's going to start doing it with me when she comes back, and my Jer Bear's doing it with me when he gets home from his fire. Our plan is, after this 30 days live and permitting that he's home, he's going to start going live with me every Thursday around 7-ish. And we're going to have similar content to this, except for he and I will both be, crafting. And then after we get dialed down with that and feel cozy and comfy, we're going to start doing Shop at Home Network. I really don't like that name. It sounds like so granny. But I mean, just because, what is that, CBC? I don't know any of that kind of stuff. But so we love to yard sale. It's like one of my passions. And so we have started a business, and our website is just about done. We're opening our bank account, I think, tomorrow. And then it can be live, essentially. And so that's the plan, Jan. That's the plan. And we have a bunch of product, and we're super excited. Do a little dance. Okay, guys. So that's layer number uno. Now this little guy, remember I added all this water to it? And it's pretty soupy. So I kind of messed that up all the way around. Colton, what are you laughing at me? Oh, hola. Hola, how's it going? Where's Miss Olivia? So I'm just going to take this in now that this is already mixed. I'm not going to waste it, but I don't want it to be super, super soupy in there. And so I'm just going to jam it in the edges. Jam, jam, jam. And it doesn't really matter if it's messy because I'm going to let this dry overnight. And then I'm going to come back to it tomorrow. And after that, I'm going to come back over it and put some more layers in there. And we'll be working on this tomorrow with you guys. I'm just coming straight in with paint. So when I'm pouncing on this mirror, the mirror part, and it's super, super soupy like this, it's really not, it's kind of just pushing the paint aside and going all the way down to the mirror. So I'm just going to just kind of layer it in there like this, just putting it in. And so with these projects, there's typically an ugly phase, right? There's an ugly phase. This would be considered the ugly phase, but it will get better. Art is all in its own a category of, what am I trying to say? So art is in the eye of the beholder, essentially. And so some people may love this. Some people may hate this. I'm going to really dab the dark in the appliques because I want the deep crevices to pop. And I'm actually paying close attention to not getting it on the other side of the mirror as much as possible. And the reason for that is because there's so much detail and curviness with all this that it's going to really be a bummer deal to have to like clean it. You know what I mean? Especially on these bands right there, those curvy parts. Because oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that. And there's some peekaboos in them too. So I'm gonna have to take a Q-tip and go in there and clean it all out. And so that's probably gonna be the tedious part of this project. But I do believe it's going to be lovely. I do hope so. Here's our ugly duckling stage. We're gonna call it the ducky stage. The old ducky stage. So no one's commenting. Oh, there's Miss Olivia. Hey, sister. Aw. So the story on this little mirror, thank you, sweetheart, is it was Miranda's when she was a little girl. And so she had like the pretty dresser and the pretty mirror that I got her at a yard sale, of course. And somehow this ended up in storage, but the dresser, oh, I know how. Because when Miranda moved out and went to college, her brother took over her bedroom because that was the old master. Because anyway, it was the biggest room. It was like the big kids' room. You know what I mean? And so he took her room over, but he didn't like this mirror on the dresser because it's like girly, right? And so then the mirror went in storage and blah, blah, blah. So this went into storage, but it's kind of cool because the house burnt down last year in the fire. And so this is Miranda's mirror from her dresser. I don't know that she's going to actually want it, but it's kind of a cool story, right? Yes. So Miss Autumn, if you're still on here, I really would love to hear you give me an idea of like a question to ask these ladies. Like, for instance, okay, say we're not interviewing, but Miss Ellen J. Goods is coming on for a live with us during this 30-day challenge. What do we want to know about her? Like, she's a sweetheart of a lady, and I'm trying to think of things that maybe other artists that admire her work would want to know about her. A basic example that I kind of thought of is like, okay, how did she get her name, Ellen J. Goods? Because her actual name is Lynn. And I actually know the story, but Ellen J. Goods is the name of their business. And so I thought that would kind of be interesting to put out there if that's something she wants out there. And then I could kind of continue to ask those same questions to my guests, kind of like a little semi-podcast situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this is the little ducky stage. And it will only get better from here. Okay, I want to promise, but, you know, I don't know. You might not like it. So to you, it might not be pretty in the end. So after I get down to the bottom here doing this, I think that we'll just jump off and call it a night. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. So this week is kind of a little hectic for me. And so I'm going to be going live from different places. So yeah, we're going to go on field trips. How's that sound? There'll be different backgrounds. With that said, we are working on this. What is tomorrow? We are not working on this tomorrow because I am going to go spend the night with my baby girl. And so I won't be working on this tomorrow. We'll be working on something different, something portable, something that I could take. Okay. For sake of time, just go, woo! I like that. I like those skills. Woo! Da, 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 da. Get it done fast. Because it's all going to be covered up anyway. Whoa! I'm pretty excited when I go see my dad. He's going to try and teach me a little airbrushing. He's an airbrush artist and does all like the fancy flames and pinstriping. It's called Acme Graphic. And yeah, so he's going to try and teach me. And just keep in mind that I have a short span of attention. Short attention span. Yeah, that's what it's called. So keep that in mind. Can't get mad at me. Okay, guys. So we've been on for 26 minutes. Boy, I feel like I'm staying right on task there with the time frame. 25 is my overall objective. Hi, Miss Becky. How are you? You are. Thank you. Day 7. Yes. Would you like to come on live with me, Miss Becky? I'll have to figure out what you do if you also do this type of stuff. That'd be great. I'd love, love, love it. Okay, guys. So with that said, I think we're going to wrap it up tonight. And I thank you guys for popping on. If you wouldn't mind going to my YouTube channel, let's see how fast I could be. Banner, bam, 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 all the way up here. Show, look at that. How do you like those skills? So that's the link to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook, if you wouldn't mind popping over to YouTube and subscribing, that'd be super great. All right, guys, I thank you so very much for joining me tonight. And we will see you tomorrow around 7-ish. So chase that sunshine, whatever that means for you. All right, guys. Bye. See.